Some Mutts. Jermaine, you want to lead us off?
I'll start.
Back.
Quick hands, as they say.
Well, Justin, first of all, congratulations, great season last year. I asked Coach Young about being a Mike Young guy. He mentioned you. You know, what's it like when you hear that praise from him? Like you're like one of his guys, because obviously every coach has their type of guys they want to build their program off of.
Yeah, I mean, it means the world to me just to be in an environment, in a culture where, there's that much trust, there's that level of trust, not just for me, but for all of my teammates as well. It just makes you want to keep working hard. And then when you step on the floor, when you're playing for that coach, you just know that he trusts you to make the best decision, and you wind up trusting yourself even more too. So it really just is full circle. And him putting that trust into me, it just goes right back into him and the entire team. So.
Justyn, I know maybe some nights there may not be any nerves playing in a jam-packed castle, but were there nerves when you grabbed the microphone at a sold-out Lane Stadium on a Thursday night to kind of lead that chant?
I think the overalls might have took away a little bit of the nerve. No, it was just fun. I really embraced moments like that. A lot of people would have felt awkward or embarrassed, but I think all embarrassment left my body when I was at a young age. So I just have fun with stuff like that. I don't know if you saw that tweet, but I'm a man of the people. I gotta stick to my words. So it was a lot of fun though.
As the reigning ACC champs, you guys may have a bigger target on your back this year. You know, people want to come in and beat the champs. Do you embrace that, and are you ready for maybe teams to kind of step it up when they play the Hokies?
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun, because in the same way that they're trying to step it up and we have that target on our back, like we know that, and we are more than prepared for that this year. I don't want to say too much, but I strongly feel as though we have a very good opportunity to be better than we were last year. And I feel as though this year is going to be really exciting and fun to watch, also considering the fact that we have a lot of energy generated from the community right now behind our program. I feel as though this is going to be a really good year, and we're going to be a tough team to beat, especially here in Castle.
Something I asked the other guys, when Kevin Durant plays his home games this year, he's going to look up and see a banner with Virginia Tech on it. You guys obviously go back there this year. Is that a place that is kind of going to be fond memories for you guys? Are you looking forward to that trip back to Brooklyn?
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, like I remember going there beginning of the year last year and losing back-to-back. So the energy wasn't always great there. But now I think we got some good juju going on. So just try to keep that going. I can't wait to get up there and see that banner up there. I'm going to be a little bit upset if it's not hanging up, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Justyn, your journey to this point has kind of been well documented. Talk, if you would, just a little bit about kind of the feeling now as a grad student and with all your years in college basketball. How does that feel?
Yeah. I'd say it feels amazing. I'm 23 years old now. I have, a bachelor's degree and 2 master's degrees, to be able to do all that for free, and have no college debt. It's more than just about the basketball. It's about, I'm trying to build a life for myself, a career, and really trying to turn myself into somebody that I always wanted to be, whether or not the basketball is involved in that. But for the time being, I'm going to put my all into everything that I'm doing. So it feels amazing, the growth that I've went through just as a human being throughout my 6 years? Throughout my 6 years in college, like, I wouldn't change it for the world. The people I've met, the experiences I've had, everything.
You've obviously had an opportunity to leave a couple of times. Can you tell us what went into the thought process? Why did you come back to Virginia Tech?
I think a lot of it had to do with quality of life. I had to, going through the pre-draft process was amazing for me. I had an outstanding opportunity and experience. The feedback I was able to get was amazing, but they also made it difficult to decide to come back or stay in, because I don't know what's going to happen. That's a question mark, but coming back here I know what I'm going to get. I know how the people are. I know what I'm walking into. So I'm sorry, I kind of forgot the initial question. What was the final part?
You answered it.
Yeah.
One last one for you. You mentioned the degrees.
Yes.
Dr. Mutts?
Look, I strongly considered starting that program this year. Only reason I did not is because the workload would have been really heavy, trying to navigate, basketball as well as, that program, along with trying to navigate this new NIL space as well and brand myself. And then it was just been a lot to have on my plate for this year, so I decided to push that on the back burner for right now. But at some point, Dr. J is a necessity for me, so I feel like I need that one under my belt. Yeah. Definitely something psychology related. My most recent master's degree is educational psychology, so if I would have started my program now, I most likely would have stayed in that same route. But just to be able to give back to the youth at some point, like I said, the ball's going to stop, but I feel like my mind's going to always keep going. I can always be a mentor, a role model to the youth. So
Let's go to Zoom. David Teal.
Justyn, when you were out in Las Vegas training during the offseason, you had not yet decided whether to return to Virginia Tech. Coach Young flew out there,
yeah.
and you guys had dinner.
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like, and did that night sway your thinking at all about whether to return?
That experience was I really appreciated that. I was out there by myself, completely by myself, just training every day for weeks. And for Coach Young, a familiar face, like a family member, somebody, a part of my family to come and just come spend time. He just came down for the day. We just went and got some dinner. But I don't know, it's the little things just make all the difference. It's a relationship I hope I have for the rest of my life. I love Coach Young as a person. Again, I keep saying outside of basketball, but outside of basketball, it's just our relationship is strong. So for him to do that, he never, during that time, he never said, come back to Virginia Tech. He never said, keep your name in. We didn't even talk about that. So just to have him come out there and just spend some time, it was amazing. I appreciate him so much for that.
What did you all talk about then?
Just life. We have a good relationship, outside of just the sport. He knows me. I know a lot about him. So he just came and we just spent some time together, and yeah, that was it. Walked around the how Vegas is. Walked around just walked around for a little while, just hung out. It was cool. It was a lot of fun.
And then one other thing that Mike said earlier, he said you need to foul less and not have 2 fouls at the 8-minute mark or anything like that. Is that something he really harps on you about?
Yeah.
And how does someone who's naturally an aggressive, engaged defender keep from getting into foul trouble?
Yeah, that's definitely been a big emphasis for me throughout my time in college, just to not foul so much. I think my year at Delaware might have been the worst year. I think I fouled out of like 12 games, so that's pretty cool. But that's definitely a big focus for me. Like you said, I am a very aggressive defender. I get excited on the defensive end, so I think something I've learned to do is just to kind of maintain and just keep doing the things that I'm doing, keep being aggressive, but being smart with it as well, and then kind of picking my times. Wait until the second half to be that overly. I don't know how to. I can't really explain it in words right now, but it's just about picking your spots.
Thank you.
Mike Barber.
Hey, Justyn, a big picture question. When you think about the Virginia Tech program, what has to happen and what do you guys have to contribute to make it a program that wins year in, year out, as opposed to have a couple great years that maybe dip up and down? What does it take to build a consistent winner?
Well, Coach Young's only been here for his 4th year, so I feel as though the last 3 years we have been continually on the rise. Who knows what it'll look like in 5 years? Who knows what it'll look like in 10? All we can do is focus on the right now, and the trend is trending upwards right now. So I think Virginia Tech is a team that needs to, team to be reckoned with. That's a term. Yeah. So I just think, hey, everybody's gonna have their own opinion, their own perspectives, but I feel as though the track record speaks for itself.
With what you guys have done and what Coach Young is doing, where do you feel like Virginia Tech's brand is? You play in the ACC. Everybody talks about Duke and Carolina, obviously. Where do you think Tech fits in?
On the basketball side of it right now?
Yeah.
I feel as though we are heavily disrespected. We don't receive the amount of, notoriety, or I don't feel as though we get the amount of respect that we deserve, but I feel as though you have to earn that, and we are in the process of earning that right now. We're trying to lay the foundation right now for Tech to be the ACC team in the next 5 to 10 years. Not just a ACC team, but like the ACC team. So
Awesome. Thank you.
Justyn, you had such good chemistry with Illuma the last couple of years. What is that chemistry building process been like with the new forwards here?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's been a building process. I feel like myself and then the personalities of the individuals that have come in at that position is just so receptive and just so open. So from the time that we met, we were already friends, and that friendship and that support is going to carry over onto the court. Yeah, it's going to carry over onto the court just because I want to see these guys succeed. They want to see me succeed. these guys know how to play basketball, and just through the offense that Coach Young runs, that support and that teamwork is going to be there inevitably.
And you came into the program the same year as Darius Maddox. How is that? How have you seen him grow over those 3 years?
I think his confidence is through the roof now, as it should be, because I've always thought Darius was one of the most skilled players I've ever played with. I've played with some really good players, Cameron Reddish, Lonnie Walker. I think Darius is one of the most skilled players I've ever played with. He had to learn college basketball. It's a different game than high school. You have to learn how to play it, not just on the offensive end, but where to be at on the defensive end. You got to memorize the plays, and we have a lot of plays, so you got to develop that. You got to earn that trust from Coach Young as well. I feel as though he had to go through those levels, and for him now to be on the other end where he has the trust, he has the confidence, he has the knowledge of what to do and where to be at. This year is going to be crazy for D-Maddox. I can't wait. I like to just watch him play sometimes. Like we'll be on pickup or on the same team, and I just got to go stand in the corner and see what he's about to do.
What is it about Mike Young's coaching style that kind of allows someone to go through those processes, keep the trust, and kind of have the vision that in the future it's going to work out?
It's the love and the support. And then from Darius also, hats off to him for staying through and sticking with the process, because, the culture of college basketball now is transfer. Something didn't go my way, I'm gone. And I can't even say that I'm part of the problem. So, but I really, really, really can say I respect Darius a lot for sticking through. And this for him to be his third year now. And, he wasn't getting the most playing time the first year. Second year, he still wasn't sure. And now for him to be here now again, playing the way that he's playing, everything he deserves is coming to him. And I just can't wait to see it all, come to fruition.
Thanks, Justyn.
Can I get one more? Or I'll save for Dia.
Okay, cool.
Talk them, bud.